Hey, welcome to the DBB channel. Today I have a security control deck profile for you guys, and with me I do have the pilot Aaron with me today. So he recently taught our locals event with this security control list and does have a unique style to it in my opinion. So thank you Aaron for joining with me today for just to go through your list. So let's start off with the Digitama first.
Digitama, it's just a black Digitama for my rookies. Playing 4. Just for the strong security effect where you Digivolve when it comes out from the security. It's very good against OTK decks like Alphamon, Grandy Squaga, and of course everybody hates it. People that play Lightning Jaws in their red Wargrave X deck.
Okay, interesting. So is there any other reasons why you don't run like the yellow Digitamas, which is everybody's running, because they can play the Rapid Mon, but why do you play Chikuri? I mean, I understand you play Chikuri, but is there any lacking stuff from the Rapid Mon package then?
My opinion against playing Rapid Mon is Congo actually destroys your deck. Because when they play Congo on the previous turn, it lasts until the end of your turn, where your Rapid Mon can't swing and you can't activate your Tamer's effect like maybe Cody or your Yellow Dual Tamer.
Okay, so moving on from this rookie, I believe that's the 4 rookie that you play. So the rest should be the yellow hybrid package.
Yep, the standard yellow hybrid package. 4 each. 4 each. For my level 6, I'm running 3 Ofani 4 down here. Just for the additional recovery and the annihilation effect where you can actually play another body from your level 4 Digimon. So just to add pressure for checking your opponents.
Okay, is there a reason why you don't actually run Sakuyamon, which I actually do see quite a lot playing it in their yellow hybrid package nowadays?
Actually, I believe that Sakuyamon works very well in this meta, where most of them are just playing the nursery game, then coming out and check you like maybe 5 or 6 securities in one turn. The reason I'm running Ofani is actually, it's nice lah, they're AAs lah.
Okay, very fair. It does look very nice, especially the AAs here. So let's take a closer look at here. So yep. But mainly I think you do make sense because you can actually do aggressive plays with the Ofanimon but not the Sakuya, because you don't actually want to swing the Sakuya. And with Ofanimon 4 down mode on deletion effect, you can actually make your opponent, give them a bit of headache, I would say. So okay, let's move on to other level 6 I believe, or level 7s.
Level 7s will be the Susano Mon. Just for the war attrition where you can just recycle your hybrids and tamers, and also the out of nowhere sudden surprise plus 2 security attack. It also has a very strong on Digivolving effect. For my other level 7s, I'm running Dexmon. It's good against people who are flooding the board as I don't run Rapid Mon. This will be my answer against level 4 Digimon side.
Okay, so I do have one question. Is there a reason why you wouldn't want to run 4 Dexmon and you just want to run the magic number 3?
For me, I personally feel that when I run 4 Dexmon on my previous testing, I tend to break along. And people that, when they play the BO3 against you, they know that you're running Dexmon. They actually play around and control themselves from flooding the board to give you a cheap Dexmon to play. That's where you find that the card is dead in your hand.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, I would say it's the Tamers already, is it?
Actually, I have a tech card of a bench kit.
Oh, okay.
This is also just a tech card against a recently quite popular Bellstar Mon decks that's running the Compactor's Breath against the Alpha Mon's matchup. It also helps me to prevent my deck out as I'm running quite a few options in my deck.
Okay, makes sense. I do like that one card tag. So
moving on to Tamers, I'm only running 3 Zoe. 3 of this. 2 TK. 2 Ikari.
okay, that's a interesting, I would say, number of Tamers that you're playing. And will you be able to kindly go through why do you go for the certain ratio and maybe why you do choose this specific Tamer? Because I do realize there's a lot of Tamers out there, especially for the yellow hybrid decks. And yeah, just want to get a closer look, or rather get a better idea on why you do play them.
Maybe I'll start with the TK first. For TK, just a standard start 3 Tamer where I can actually get my yellow cards from my security, which is my yellow hybrids, Ofanimon, and some of the other Tamers if I need them too. For Hikari, it just synergizes well with the healing from the Jetsufi and the Ofanimon for recovery. You can actually tap to reduce the cost by 1, gaining 1 memory. For dual Tamers, it's just to prevent the early game aggression. If you have it out early, sometimes your opponent will think twice before they check you, because they are basically giving you 2 extra memory per turn, and actually you can play around. If you can keep the magic number from the security lower than him by 1, you actually gain a lot of value from it. You start 3, you +2, you always start 5. For this, I actually forget the name.
TK Easy, I think.
Yeah, it's a TK Easy, right? For TK Easy, I tried 4, but tends to not work in my favor as people just push out from their nursery and OTK me without using their effect. So I just stick to 3 as I feel that 4 just sometimes make it too hard. The previous deck list I run was without the dual tamers and just 4 of each. But I feel that this ratio actually works better in my favor. Maybe you can try it out yourself and just decide for yourself. It's all about preference, I believe.
Okay.
For Zoe, 4 would be good, but I prefer 3 as sometimes you also know there's no hybrid in your security, but you can also take your hybrid with your TK, so it's not that bad running 3.
Okay, can. Okay, so I do have one question which just pops up to my mind. Because there's this recent yellow hybrid but with Rice Greymon X, and they do play the, I would say, red yellow tamer. So is there a reason why you actually don't prefer that kind of package, and why are you playing your current package basically?
For the red yellow dual tamer, right? You actually have to stop your security at 3, and you have to check your opponent to also 3 to have the full benefit of the tamer, which I kind of struggle with this deck. Unless you're playing a very aggressive form of playstyle where you just dump your tamers and go to your hybrid and check them. I prefer playing it slow, but as I believe that actually both tamers are also welcome. Maybe if you play the red and yellow dual tamer, you can actually run the Sunrise Master. It's also a very good card. As a late game, it's actually with enough tamers, you can actually do much higher DP reduction than Competitor's Breath, Wyvern Breath.
Okay, can. Moving on to the options then.
Options will be the standard restricted one. 4 copy of Ultimate Flare. 4 Wyvern Breath. And 4 Tactical Retreat.
Okay, are you able to kindly go through the ratios and maybe why you actually pick this option over the potentially 10 over other options that Yellow Hybrid actually can play?
I feel that most comparisons will be using Holy Wave, but as I find that through my testing, Holy Wave is really very, very slow as you just pass your turn recovering 1 and pass to them and you just check 2 back. It's not worth it at all.
Right.
So I prefer running Ultimate Flare for the Digivolve. This meta Digivolve is actually very strong. That's why I run Chikuri as well. For Digivolve, you can also use it as a block clear. If they are not playing around and hard summoning like maybe level 4 or 5, you can actually clear that block pretty well. For Wyvern Breath, it's just the standard 4 off. I think not much to say about Wyvern Breath. Tactical Retreat, it just works very well with the Chikuri one. So maybe when you Digivolve, you can get 1 draw, you push out, you can just Tactical Retreat up in your security and your opponent will respect you. They can't check blindly with their big stack coming out from the nursery, but also you have to play around their rookies on the board where they can just dump their bodies and throw into the Chikuri.
Okay. Thank you for actually showing me your whole deck list. Now I do have 2 burning questions for you. The first one will be, what do you think is actually one of the toughest matchup for you in particular?
Toughest matchup I feel will be some form of red Wargrave X deck where they run option jamming, as most control decks struggle against. Against Alphamon, if you miss your Digivolve in your security, I guess that's just how the game works.
Okay, so it's a bit like gambling in a sense.
I would say it's gambling, but you have quite strong recovery from this deck, so it's not too bad. But against Congo, wow, that's just terrible. It's a bad card against security controller.
Okay, I understand. So I do have one last question. So what do you think of the current BT9 meta?
Current BT9 meta, I feel in general, tends to favor more decks playing from their nursery, where they just push out, deal as much damage as they can and try to sell for return next turn, or they just finish you in that turn. Against Alphamon, most of the time when they combo you, the next turn you'll be really struggling as you cannot add security to your... You cannot recover security, where they just set up 1 rookie behind or some hybrid. Hybrids will be one way to end you, but it's just very terrible matchup, I feel.
I understand. Thank you, Aaron, for joining with me today to actually go through the list and share with me your thoughts. Hope you guys enjoy the content so far. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment if you guys enjoy the content. Thank you.